your view on The View. Ugh.
Thank you. Stop. Mark Cuban airs his linen by insulting tons of women. Billionaire Mark Cuban joined The View yesterday from what appeared to be a private jet and trashed MAGA women. Roll it, Marge.
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. They're intimidating to him. He doesn't like to be challenged by them.
I think Stormy is intelligent. I don't think that's 100%. She's very smart.
Yeah,
Stormy.
He means is like,
Yeah.
but he means on stage and stuff.
I know. He says Trump's never seen around strong, intelligent women. Dude, you're on The View. The only thing strong about those women is the odor of Doritos and sardines. So he did this, Charlie, he did this half-ass apology. He said if anybody felt slighted and upset, he can't nail every interview. And then Trump responded and said, Mark Cuban, a really dumb guy. Who thinks he's hot stuff, but he's absolutely nothing. I surround myself with the strongest of women. This guy's such a fool. He's constantly on TV being critical, and only for the reason that I tuned him out completely while president because he called me incessantly. Very insecure guy. Major loser. Always has been, always will be. Nobody likes him. Nobody respects him. And he's unattractive both inside and out. Can't compete with that.
I mean, and don't forget, Trump also reminded us all of the really low club head speed that Cuban has as well, which you know makes Cuban so upset.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why liberals have not learned their lesson by now. When you come for Trump, he is going to come back at you so hard, make you regret everything you ever said, and do it in the most troll-esque way possible. I mean, let's just think about the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's worked at a McDonald's exposing Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
He has driven a garbage truck to expose Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And now he's exposing Mark Cuban, who, quite frankly, wouldn't know a strong, intelligent woman if she slapped him in the face.
Doug Emhoff style.
Which he might like, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know, Greg. I've been seeing a lot of Cuban's recent media appearances, and I'm just curious, is he planning to publicly announce his transition, or is he just keeping that for close friends and family for now? Maybe he's the strong, intelligent woman that Trump needs to be surrounded by.
There you go. He's the woman he was waiting for. Cat! He kind of screwed himself in the comment by saying...
It's just it's that simple.
It's that simple, and it's like he's never been surrounded by women ever.
Ever.
So when you make generalizations, I love I make tons of generalizations. You have to have some exceptions to the generalizations.
No. And then he tried to kind of say, like, well, you know, I'm sorry if I was like, no, you made it very clear. And I just think it's so obvious that this was a terrible thing to say. I don't understand how you reach private jet point in your life and you don't realize that that is not going to go well for you.
Yes.
You don't have to agree with Trump. You can hate him so much and realize that there's probably an intelligent woman around him somewhere.
Right.
And there are, of course there are. But if you're going to, there's intelligent women around all different kinds of people. There's intelligent women who are liberal, there are intelligent women who are Republican. And to go with, of all the things you could possibly say, to go with, well, you know, he doesn't have any, you're not even attacking him at that point. Right. You're attacking women for no reason who have done nothing to you.
Yes.
So if that's the thing you're going with, then I mean, his apology, he should have just called himself an idiot.
Yeah.
Because that was... when you say something, you expect a good reaction. That's why you say, like, well, what did you expect exactly from that?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It was too, put it this way, it was too far for The View. It kind of sounded like.
Oh, there's a good segment. Too far for The View. It would be blank every night.
Of all the rooms that people would be like, yes, he didn't get that from them.
Yeah, what do you say?
Well, no, Behar doubled down with the Stormy was the smart one.
But they weren't as weren't, you know.
Here's the thing. There's a double standard. So you can say if you don't vote for Joe, you're not black. You can say if you support Trump and you're a woman, you're stupid. If you're a man who votes for Trump, you're a misogynistic, scary husband whose wife lives in fear. Because there is no consequence. Mark Cuban could have said he could have took it to the next level because he knew in the area and where they're at now with the mainstream media. Here's a perfect example. The comedian not connected to President Trump in any way who is known for what? Trashing every group. And that's his thing, right? His comment was said at one point on a 40-minute news channel that had to cover weather, sports, etc. was 32 times. On cable news, it was on average 144 times. So they will say it, but when Cuban says it, the only people who are talking about it is Fox.
Yeah.
And when they do say, well, you know, this, that, whatever, because they don't have to apologize, because when you start the conversation with the leader's Hitler,
yeah,
and everyone else is a Nazi, of course there's dumb women making Nazi babies with us non-black voters. So, I mean, it's just, they can say whatever they want because there's no consequences. So, and especially now when they're throwing everything they can to try to shame people, because this is what happens when you have DEI campaign managers. You have out-of-touch CEOs who say, you know, it would be great. I'm single and no one loves me because I wanted to be in my career. What if we said that all men are bad and women had a secret vote? Oh, this is a great commercial. They're out of touch, but this is what the elites are doing, and they've gotten away with it. Their fear is when it's over, what's left for them? MSNBC would have to fire every one of their show hosts after a Trump victory. Because where do you go when you put pictures of Nazi rallies at a campaign rally? Where do you go from there? They are going all in. Cuban's going to be all right because even if he says dumb, he still has a private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike you,
I'll never.
but you don't even have a private. You don't even have a private bathroom.
I know. I go in the streets of New York, which makes me normal here.
You get yourself cleaned up at the Port Authority men's room.
Don't you?
Only when I'm lonely. Do you think this
in your tux?
Do you think this is when you look at people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mark Cuban, Bill Maher, Geraldo, Pence, Liz Cheney? There always seems to be a personal vendetta underneath each one. Like Trump was mean to me. Isn't that the case here?
100%. It's all the ego of the left. And the irony of all this is so rich in two respects. One, they've attacked Donald Trump for having this massive ego and saying his ego is going to destroy the country if he's reelected. Yet it is their egos that, in effect, is destroying Kamala's campaign, which isn't strong to begin with. And the real irony of all this, and Tyrus alluded to it, the whole campaign has been an attack on men. Basically saying, if you're a man and you support Donald Trump, you're the bad guy, and that's not what we want for America. But you know who's destroying Kamala's campaign? The men. Whether it's Joe Biden, Mark Cuban, Tim Walz, her VP choice, mind you, or that rascal of a husband of hers, Doug Emhoff. The four of them are literally cannibalizing her campaign.
What are you doing?
I just gave the secret.
They're undercover. They're undercover.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.